Yo, what's going on everybody? This is Lheyton aka LA from Say LA, and today we're talking mentorship. I love mentorship for a number of reasons, but to make a really long story short, I didn't have my dad in the house growing up. He is a great guy, but he made some mistakes and committed some crimes and ultimately committed a big crime that got him 30 years sentence in prison. I was 8 months old when it happened, so of course I don't remember that far. But, growing up without him was, relatively normal. That's all I knew. Even though I was extremely frustrated and sad and, and that kind of thing, it's all I knew. I didn't, know any different. And so it went from being a sad, frustrated boy to transitioning into, frustrated young man in teenage years, so on and so forth. But during that whole time, I was always looking for someone or something to fill that void, that manly role, somebody I can look up to ask these questions. How do you do this? How do you shave? How do you tie a tie? How do you do this? Different things like that, right? But subconsciously, I was always looking for someone to fill that void. And it would come in the form of older friends that I would have, people on YouTube, Elliot Hulse. Huge fan. That's a mentor of mine. Never met him before, but that's somebody that look to. Alpha M, Bezos Cooling, the list goes on and on. This is the thing. At the end of the day, I don't care what anybody says. Talk about, oh, I'm a man's man, I'm self-made, whatever. I understand what they mean when they say that, but I believe you don't just become a man because you turn 18, 19, or 20. We have to be taught to be men, as we learn from older other men how to be men. Some of it comes naturally. But for the most part, there's a lot of lessons that we, need to learn, and some mistakes that we can bypass if we learn from somebody else. And so you are taught how to be a man by older siblings or your dad or your uncle or, friends of yours or whatever. There's a book called How to Raise a Modern Day Knight. And that book is specifically for fathers raising sons. However, it's interesting to read, whether you're a father or if you have children or not, doesn't matter. It's interesting to read because it's the same process. It talks about how the knights, everybody looks up to the knights. They want to be them. They have the squires, who look up to them and one day want to be one of the knights as well. So the younger boys look up to the older boys. It kind of follows the same pattern here. Anyways, I feel like I'm rambling. Mentorship is extremely important to me because it connects directly to my childhood and the lack of that male leadership. But it's extremely important for everybody. It's not just just for somebody who goes through something like that. We all, across the board, look to older boys or older men to learn from. And so we all need that guidance. So that's reason number one. Reason number two is I'm a skateboard instructor. So I teach kids how to skateboard, right? Simple. I teach girls too, but mainly it's a lot of boys. I've grown to cherish the relationships that I have with them and all the things that I teach them, not only with skateboarding, but we talk about a bunch of different things. They tell me about school, they tell me about their day, they tell me about fun things they're going to do over the summer or whatever. I've grown to cherish that bond, and I think it's extremely important that I take it seriously as being the teacher or big brother, as they like to say. Well, another reason why I wanted to start this channel was to put things out there, some positive messages, some positive videos on how to do whatever to help the next generation out, be that person that I needed back then. That's why it's so important to me. That's pretty much it. What I'm trying to do, my main goal is to build a community of young men or guys, who want to band together and that we just learn from each other. I'm learning just like you guys are. I'm on this quest of, what is manhood and what it entails and how can you get there. So guys, do me a huge favor, like this video, comment below if you have a similar story or if you went through that in the past or anything like that. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for coming along with me on this journey. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.